If we look at people that are looking to upgrade, like going into the 6E world from where they're at today, whether it be in Wi-Fi 6 or 5 or wherever they're at today, what is that process of upgrading, like an enterprise type solution? What's that look like?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So there are two sides of the equation. So let me also talk about enterprise, and let me also talk about home a little bit.
Sure.
On the enterprise, it is much easier because enterprise networks are very well planned and they're homogeneous. So, for example, if Qualcomm wants to upgrade the network in our facility, we are not going and changing one access point in one corner. We are going to call a vendor, our IT department, and say, hey, we want to add this capacity. So let's upgrade all of our network infrastructure to Wi-Fi 6E. And while we are doing that, we know that our employee needs are the people who are using the enterprise needs are much better met by having it in the client devices. So we are upgrading our laptops, phones and everything to use the Wi-Fi. So it's a very homogeneous process in enterprise. But coming to homes, it's a little bit different because at homes, you may be upgrading networks at one point, and you may be upgrading devices at a different point, because unlike in enterprise, you won't be buying all of these devices, new devices every year just to upgrade Wi-Fi. However, as I said, because of the pandemic and because of the ever increasing needs of Wi-Fi, consumers, I was in Best Buy myself just to test consumer behavior. And when I talked to some people who are upgrading Wi-Fi, earlier, people would, myself, my friends would ask me, hey, I need to get a Wi-Fi. Which one do you recommend? I would recommend, hey, this one is this. And they would check and say, hey, but that's like $250. That's kind of expensive. And I would tell them, this provides a much better service. And then they would come and ask me, can you give me something a little lower price, so on and so forth. And fast forward it to like 2021, 22. Now, when my friends ask me, they say, okay, don't worry about the price. I want the best connectivity experience. So what do I get? So there has been a transformational change in consumer behavior as well. And they are, because a lot of people that have upgraded their, bought their laptops or bought phones in the last 1 year or so, Wi-Fi 6E upgrade has been given to them. They don't have to go and ask for Wi-Fi. If most of the people who are buying the premium devices, they are getting Wi-Fi 6E. So once they upgrade the network, now they are able to see this night and day difference in terms of performance going from older generation networks to new generation networks. And another thing, not to mention, especially when you live in like a multi-dwelling unit kind of environment, like an apartment homes and stuff, it is very common when you open your phone or when you open your device that you use to access a network, you see like 10, 15, 20 networks. 5 gigahertz used to be kind of exclusive a couple of years ago, but now everybody has a dual band routers 2.4 and 5. With 6, now what has happened is now, if there is a 6 gigahertz network, since the adoption just started happening, it is like this 6-lane highway where you can drive your Model X Plaid in however much fast that you want to. It facilitates that kind of operation.